The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. From the gun now on third down, Carr. Able to find Warner. That's complete. And some room to work. Still going. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. First down, Las Vegas. Now Carr. The quick slant caught. That's good for a gain of 6. Second and goal. A 6-yard pickup. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. Oh, good return up past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Winston. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Lutz with the extra point. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. We'll see a return here from the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they will set up shop red zone territory at the 13-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football. Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Throwing, Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield. And it'll be intercepted. And Anthony Averett picks it. And the Raiders are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. Lutt's good on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. On the ground with a tight end. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, New Orleans. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump, and he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone. And
you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish an inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 42 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. 2021 was the first time in Jacobs' career that he failed to reach 1,000 yards in a season, but his scoring didn't slow down at all. Still finished with 9 touchdowns in 15 games, and his 28 touchdowns since he entered the league are the 5th most in the NFL. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Carr, a handoff here to Drake. Room here to run. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That good for 22 and a 1st down. Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill. 2nd down, Jacobs once more. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly. I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football. On third down, here comes Jacobs. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they'll get the conversion on a gain of 14. Fourth down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard of the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
And that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And he's got room. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 17 there, and a New Orleans first down. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a man who began with the Raiders, it's Latavius Murray. And this will wind up as Saints first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
64 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Jet sweep. Here's Olave. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it's enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball. Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it left side with Murray. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Murray. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule. If someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Saints,
we spent your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat gon' have no time for cold cuts. The game like big pitch came to join up. Yeah, I'm still independent. Ain't sold a million records yet. Used to be on my checklist. Big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot build without God in it. We built the sound, you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dotted line, can't buy my soul with no dollar signs. The industry's so full of troglodytes. I don't follow trends. Run it up. Say that with my chest. Run it up. No, I will not bend. Run it up. Gang time in it. Gang time. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. No, I will not bend. Gang time. Run it up. 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 You gotta put in that work, dog. I put the kingdom first. I know that you gotta wait for your turn sometimes to build something really sustainable. Work on your catalog so the day that you finally pop off, They'll see it's not just a once off. You put in time, the harvest is ready, it's ripe. I thank God for the payment. That's a solid foundation. When I finally make it, I give God all the praises. G.O.D. who conquered evil forces. I don't trust in chariots or fortresses. Yeah, I walk by faith. I don't follow trends. Run it up. Say that with my chest. Run it up. No, I will not bend. Run it up. Game time in it. Game time. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. No, I will not bend. Game time. Run it up. 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 Run it up.
First off, let me talk my. Got a couple things I gotta cross off my list. How you insomniac for sleeping on my. It's a bad soundtrack, read the script. Born in the motherland, headed straight down to the south. Tennessee mornings with pops, working 3 jobs. I knew that they struggled to get it, that's why I wanted to get it. That embedded, you get it, treat it like the law. And I'ma need commission for this hit. Lance laid the canvas and I painted over it. I don't need a vision board to show you I'm the. I'm betting on myself, count the chips. Got it. Made some choices for a profit. That's my logic. I'ma take it to the coffin. Just being honest. Try to sink my ship like Titanic and leave me with Jack. Hope I be panicking, but I rose to the top. Isn't it funny that the is built like a Maserati, yoga folding like origami? What? I walk the walk. I talk the talk. I be saying what I want. When I had no deposit, closet was looking real bare. Now I made a deposit, my closet's looking super rare. Drove it really far. Crazy how did this happen, wishing on a star. It's a celebration, I ain't talking Mardi Gras. With a little patience, you'll be eating Budokan. What you want? What you want? Made some choices for a profit. That's my logic. I'ma take it to the coffin. Just being honest. Never let a manufacture stack like that. And if it getting toxic, tell the boy fall back. If it was back then, I'd be tripping off that. Took a little time just to get me on track. I went from snotty to snobby, got it like, immune to everybody, this is stunt 101. Up in the club, throwing this 50s like, hate it, I love it, I just can't get enough. Labels from calling me, I said move if you call me please, or don't even bother me. They said, oh my apology, they keep calling and calling. I keep stalling and stalling. Rookie of the year, my career snowballing. Got it. Made some choices for a profit. That's my logic. I'ma take it to the coffin. Just being honest.